My dad played the dance with Brian.
Good morning. Welcome to the work session for July 6th, 2022. We'll start with domestic relations.
Hello.
Good morning, Carla.
So I'm here today to request the purchase of a new computer for our office. The total cost is $1,294.42, but we're paying with it with incentive funds, so the cost of the county will be zero.
Okay, any questions for Carla? Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah, you have a question, okay.
Yeah. Are we allowed to request that IT orders it before the next meeting or not? I wasn't sure, and so I thought I would ask.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
one,
I
yeah.
don't see any reason why you can't.
Okay.
We're all-
IT order it
All in
now.
agreement?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Catch Tim, yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Public defender?
Good morning.
Good morning, Wes.
I'm asking that you ratify the creation of a part-time attorney position.
Okay, any questions for Wes? Thank you, Wes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Correctional facility?
Good morning, Commissioners. Morning, Ben.
Mr.
The
Draw,
facility is
Straw.
requesting to ratify the payment of $7,076.75 to the overhead door company for replacement of an operational spring for the north side port door. This is a non-budgeted item.
So which overhead door company?
Overhead.
I mean, there's
It-
Franklin, there's Meadville, there's
Plyler.
I'm guessing
Tyler.
Meadville.
It's not Meadville.
It's not
I
Meadville.
don't think it's Meadville.
We called them.
We should just
No.
make sure to have. that.
Yeah,
I'll get with
Specific.
Jack. Jack's out of the town today, then I'll get back with him.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
any questions, other questions? Care center?
Thanks, guys.
Morning, Tanya.
Good morning.
Morning, Tanya.
Good morning. I'm requesting to ratify the price increase for the replacement 7.5 ton carrier rooftop unit from $10,562.91 to $12,892.67. And this is due to the increased manufacturer and crane pricing.
Crazy, but I appreciate you getting, and it's ordered now, right? And we sent them the
It is ordered.
deposits.
Yeah.
Steph, thank you, Stephanie, for
Yes,
getting that out
thank you.
for us, so. All right, no other questions for her? Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Pathonetary? And Tim?
I brought my girlfriend.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're here to request the approval to clean the exterior windows of the Judicial Center.
This is a non-budgeted item, but I talked with Steph this morning, and in professional services, I have $1,000 in there that I haven't used the last 2 years.
Oh.
And she assured me that
Okay,
there is we can get another $200 or $300, taken from here and there. And what I would like to do on the inside, I know Commissioner Henry and Emmy had talked about this, I'd like to get the vestibule cleaned.
Okay.
That's probably another $200 or $300. Because the night crew's just buried over there, they don't have time to
Oh,
do that. And you
okay.
can't wash windows at night.
okay. Any
So,
questions for her?
Well, so this is coming through building maintenance, not Pathonetary.
Yes.
I just got all the quotes and I did all the legwork for them because in the past 2 years I paid out of my own pocket to have my windows cleaned by Better View Home
Okay.
Windows, and so I was the one that initiated it and reached out and got the quotes so on and so forth for the building.
Okay. Well, thank you,
I have dual duties.
thank you for looking in your budget too, Tim.
Okay,
We
all right.
appreciate that.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna try to get the lift up now.
Yeah, the lift's got some issue going.
New one coming.
Got to push the door in.
Hey, Mark, she had a little bit of issues that you want to check with her on that maintenance. Human Resources?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Morning,
Brittany.
I'm just going to be requesting ratification to retitle the controller position at the Care Center to an accounting payroll assistant.
Okay. Any questions for Brittany? All right, thank you.
Yep,
Thank you.
Treasurer, today Katie.
Morning, Katie.
Requesting to approve the purchase requisition for a laptop replacement screen in the amount of $159.99 per attached quote from Dell Technologies. It was obtained by IT.
Okay,
Second thing, we're requesting to approve the payment of food supplies for the dough licensing volunteers for July, August, and September, not to exceed $300, and it is a budgeted item.
okay, thank you.
Third, we're requesting to ratify the placement of $8,219,095.50 in ARPA Round 2 funds per attached list. $4 million placed in Erie Bank for various terms, and $4,219,095.50 placed in a Pliget for various terms.
Okay, any questions, Rick? Okay,
And fourth is requesting to ratify the placement of $3,009,013.41 in ARPA Round 1 funds from a matured CD per attached list, $1 million placed in an Erie Bank CD for a 3-month term, and $2,009,013.41 placed in a Pliget term for 3 months.
any questions for Katie?
Nope.
Thank you.
Nope. Thanks, Steve.
Public safety, Greg?
Morning, Gregory.
Morning, Greg.
Good morning, everybody. Today we're asking to request approval to renew our remote access software for a single user at a cost of $660. That's a budgeted item. We're also requesting to approve the payment of $2,500 to McCutcheon Enterprises for their annual retainer fee for the hazmat team responses. That's budgeted out of our hazmat safety fund.
Greg, that's also, if they come and do something, that's just the retainer, but they
That's
have like an
correct.
hourly rate after that, right?
I do, usually they'll bill a carrier though,
Okay,
prior to us.
okay, thank you.
We're also requesting to approve the payment of $6,613.08 to Lumen for annual maintenance on the backup center command posts. It's also budgeted. And requesting approval of payment of $14,231.25 to Elk County for our portion of the Pro QA license renewal and service plan. That's budgeted. And finally, we're requesting to approve the payment of $61,798 to Mobilecom to replace numerous wireline connections for 6 radio frequencies with a wireless internet connection via FirstNet. Our wireless funds will cover the cost of that project with no additional expense. to the
And
town.
those, Greg told me yesterday, that will actually eliminate a lot of phone lines, so we won't have a monthly recurring expense when we're going to this new updated process.
Right.
Correct.
All right, thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Planning?
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Zachary.
First item, we're seeking ratification, approval of an amendment to a CDBG CV contract. The authorization allows Commissioner Henry and Commissioner Weiderspan to sign electronically.
Oh, gosh. Here goes the kids.
This,
okay.
you have already done it, that's why it's a
Oh, okay,
ratification.
great, wonderful.
So, we're also seeking a ratification on purchase of Precision 3650 towers, 3 of them, and 6 Dell 24-inch monitors, total $5,669.43. This is purchased through the CapEx fund and will replace 3 computers in the planning office.
Okay,
We're requesting approval to pay an invoice number 1 from the Crawford County Federated Library System in the amount of $26,842.17. This is for deployment of fiber optic broadband internet to 7 of the county libraries. The installation has already occurred and the billing is going through, so the library system has sent us the request reimbursement. This is paid for out of ARPA funding. We are also seeking approval to pay invoice number 28 from Stifler McGraw. This is in the amount of $276.82. This is for engineering services associated with the Richmond Township CDBG project for their May invoices. It is covered out of the county CDBG program. We are also asking for payment of invoice 29 from Stifler McGraw in the amount of $446.52. These are for engineering services associated with the Beaver Township CDBG project for May. These are also covered under the county CDBG program. And then the last 2 items are requesting approval to change the title of the land use planner to Planner 3 in the planning office. This is in conjunction with adjustments to the job descriptions. And then this last item is approval to change the title of community planner to community development specialist in the planning office, again, in adjustment with job descriptions.
any questions for Zach?
I do. So, are the Steuben, Richmond, and Beaver Township projects all completed?
Everything is completed except for the doors on those 3 buildings. We are still waiting due to back orders and delayment of shipping those materials through. Everything else has been completed, so they're fully functioning. All of the plumbing, all of the electrical, everything has been taken care of. It is merely a matter of the supply chain issues that we are 9 weeks or so from when we ordered doors to actually receiving them.
Any idea of time frame?
They have indicated it could come in the next 2 weeks, it could come in within the next 2 months.
So they have no idea.
They have no idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We are at a point where we may need to extend the contract that we have with the construction company because we had put them on a, I'm gonna say end of July timeframe. In terms of the grant contract, we are perfectly fine. We could delay till next June and then we would not be out of the grant contract window. But we wanna close it out as quickly as possible.
I'd like to go out and take a look.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
Okay? Any other questions?
thank you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Maintenance? We like to call you the matinee before the,
Morning.
before the main show.
Yeah.
She has you beat today, so.
Yeah, she does. Glad I'm ahead. I'm requesting to ratify approval to pay an invoice for the courthouse remodeling project, the wheelchair lift, to this assembly room, to the city of Meadville for $91.71.
And that's anticipated to be on time, everything's good so
Yeah,
far?
hopefully.
Okay.
Same as Zach said. you
Yep,
know,
when it
supply
comes.
chain
Yeah,
issues,
thank you.
but this summer. Requesting to ratify approval to pay invoice for the courthouse remodeling project, the HVAC system, the amount of $1,922 from Home Depot. Requesting to ratify approval to pay invoices from the courthouse remodeling project, the wall heaters and thermostat project for $114.04. Requesting to ratify approval of invoices from the courthouse remodeling project, the new assessment office, in the amount of $237.49. Requesting to ratify approval of invoices from the courthouse remodeling project, the register and recorder's office remodel, in the amount of $88.10. Requesting to ratify approval of invoices from the courthouse remodeling project, the new ADA ramp, for $7,639.16. Requesting to ratify approval of invoices from the new backup 911 center project at the fairgrounds for $219.94. Requesting to ratify approval to pay AMP Electric, this was to maintain and repair electrical hookups at the fairgrounds for $1,488. Requesting to approve a quote from Canada Security, this is to install 6 security cameras in Exhibit 1 building at the fairgrounds. Quote is for $3,250. At the meeting, I'll separate that out. P Corp grant is gonna pay for $3,050 of it, and then I'll pay the extra $200 out of my budget, but that'll be broken out for the meeting.
Okay. Any questions for Mark? Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Stretch it out. Good morning, Sue.
Morning, Sue.
Morning. I'm requesting to ratify payment to the Center for Family Services for the delivery of ERAP2 services through June 22nd of '22, totaling $204,520.68, with no cost to the county, all paid with ERAP2 funds.
Okay,
Requesting approval for a purchase requisition to Keymark for 1 additional on-base license. The total cost is $269. Cost to the county is $61.25. Requesting approval for a purchase requisition to McCandless Ford for repairs to car number 9. The total cost is $1,879.19. Cost to the county is $354.27. Requesting approval for a purchase requisition to Streamline Verify for OIG compliance software for a 1-year licensing fee. This is software used to check on employees to make sure that they can work in a federally funded facility. If we do not check and have an excluded person, then we could be fined. Total cost is $795. The cost to the county is $118.78. Requesting approval for a purchase requisition to the Titusville Housing Authority for 2 staff to attend the Pennsylvania Association of Housing and Redevelopment Agencies Joint Spring Conference and Expo from June 12th to 15th. Total cost is $2,211.18 with no cost to the county, all paid for out of housing-related training scholarships for county housing program staff and/or contracted providers. Requesting approval for a purchase requisition to United Airline for an airline ticket for a kinship placement. Total cost is $554.10. Cost to the county is $110.82. Requesting approval for payment to Water's Edge for an additional social skills group to run this summer. The total cost is $4,000 max with no cost to the county, all paid with SOC funds. Requesting approval for the fiscal year 22-23 HAP and HSDF grant contracts. There was one new provider who submitted an HSDF proposal. That was the Meadville Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Fund. The attached pages contain a full listing of what each provider received in fiscal year 21-22, their 22-23 award, and the cost to the county for each program. There's a total of 18 contracts for 12 providers. Do you want me to read them?
I think we're okay. See it, Ryan?
No?
That's one.
We're okay with it? Okay.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 22-23 contract with Adoption Connection Pennsylvania for foster care services. These are the same services that we contracted for in fiscal year 21-22. Requesting approval for the fiscal year 22-23 contract with Bethesda Lutheran Services for foster care, group home, ITU, shelter, Right Start, and transitional living services. These are the same services that we contracted for in fiscal year 21-22. Requesting approval of the fiscal year 22-23 contract with Jefferson County Juvenile Detention Center. The Jefferson County Juvenile Detention Center, located in Ohio, is a 20-bed secure detention center for both boys and girls aged 10 and older. The rate is significantly lower than other contracted detention centers. Requesting approval for the fiscal year 22-23 contract with Justice Works Youth Care for their Violation Initiative Program. This is an intensive program that helps youth meet the conditions of their probation and become productive members of the community. It is often used as an alternative to a detention placement. This is the same service that we contracted for in fiscal year 21-22. Requesting approval for the fiscal year 22-23 contract with Keystone Adolescent Center for foster care, shelter, specialized and transitional living services. Requesting approval for the fiscal year 22-23 contract with Outside In School of Experiential Education, Voyagers and Sanction Programs. Voyagers is a residential program for boys ages 13 to 18 with the average length of stay between 3 and 6 months. The Sanction Program is a highly structured, short-stay residential program for boys. These are the same services that we contracted for in fiscal year 21-22. We previously contracted for their Pathway to Recovery program as well, but it is now fully funded by MA and therefore will not be paid for with county funding. Requesting approval for the fiscal year 22-23 contract with CHAPS for lots of services. These are the services that we contracted for in fiscal year 21-22. Requesting approval for the 22-23 contract with Mercer County Behavioral Health Commission for mental health crisis and delegate services. Mercer County provides these services to Crawford County residents under their existing mental health crisis intervention license through DHS. They have a satellite office within our building. The total contract is $4,494, less than the prior year due to an increase in the estimated Health Choices revenue. This reduces the cost to the county by $239.93. And last, I have fiscal year 22-23 contracts with the same services and rates as fiscal year 21-22, requesting approval. All of these contracts have the same services and rates as fiscal year 21-22. The cost to the county for each service can be found on the color-coded spreadsheet for this work session. Do you want me to list those out? Okay.
Any other questions for Sue?
No, that's it. That falls under the same fiscal year 22-23 contracts with the same services.
You mean Eric Nicolais?
The Nicolais,
Yeah.
Okay.
Take those all together then.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Finance?
Good morning.
Morning, Stephanie.
For your approval, I have invoices totaling $840,870.60. The first is to PA County's health insurance. It's our July 2022 health insurance premium. Invoice number is 94247-0 in the amount of $702,968.60. This comes from health insurance premiums. The next two are to Penn State Extension. The first is for the third quarter, both for the third quarter 2022 appropriation. The first piece is for $52,500, and it comes from the Cooperative Extension contributions and grants. The second is for $20,000, and it comes from Cooperative Extension rent. The fourth is to CYS. It is the county match in the amount of $17,780, and it comes out of the general fund. And lastly, we have Community Health Services. It's the MATP 2021-2022 May trip reimbursement, invoice number 152, in the amount of $47,622, and it comes from the HSBG transportation line item.
Any questions for Stephanie? The commissioners?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Jacqueline Millen here on behalf of Keith Button, requesting to approve a resolution gifting a county-owned 2006 Chevrolet Trailblazer to the Sagertown Volunteer Fire Department for practice of emergency situations.
Any questions?
Do they need, do we need to ratify that? Would they rather we ratify instead of wait until next week?
It's up to whichever you prefer. I can, the titles have,
Okay.
there's another vehicle that is just going to the county yard. So both of the titles have to be taken from the signature of the notary, and I can do that whenever you're ready.
They didn't say that they necessarily needed it or wanted it right away.
They'll wait for
Us.
your.
Okay, that's fine. We can wait then.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, the next full session is July 13th, the next work session the 20th, and followed by a full session on the 27th. Any public comment? Commissioner comments? Commissioner Weiderspan?
I have nothing today.
Commissioner Soft?
No, nothing today. Thanks.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
Mhm.